Hello, everybody. This is my small collection of controllers, some of them anyway, for my Xbox systems. I'm going to go over, as you can see right here, this is the Duke 20th Anniversary Cortana controller. It's actually pretty dope. As you can see right there, there she is, Cortana's face engraved into the plastic. Got some nice little digital designs going throughout the controller. You can actually see into the controller as well. Pretty sweet, you know. And then you got your original Xbox logo. You just click on it, and it starts playing the original Halo theme on it from the original Xbox. It's pretty sweet, pretty sick. And then they've obviously augmented it and updated it. Besides this, that's one of the biggest updates, obviously, that they added. They also added a share button right here. I mean, come on, for Xbox One as well. I think that version also had the share button. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. And then they also added, because the original Duke controller didn't have these, I think they added these too on the one they did for the Xbox One, but they added the shoulder buttons. But they also still have the original shoulder buttons right here. Your L1, your R1, but then you also have these, just in case, you know. Personally, me, I like using these more, depending on which game I'm playing. If it's a shooter, typically, first-person shooter especially, I will use these two. It just feels better that way, whether it be Halo or Dying Light 2, which just came out. This actually works really good with that game. The one little gripe I have is the D-pad. It's not terrible, it's fine, but it's just really rubbery and really loose. So, you know, if you don't know, like, you don't feel or hear the click, there's not a lot of resistance in it, so, you know, you might have some trouble knowing which direction you went if you're like moving it around really fast. So there's that. I do love the analog sticks, though. I'm glad they kept the design for the analog sticks. You know, very kind of like this weird hybrid of concave and indent on each one, you know. Pretty sweet of them to do that. And the triggers are actually really good. A lot of resistance. They do click some, they are a little loud, but other than that, there's not a lot to really complain here. Just the D-pad mainly is the biggest gripe I have towards it. Everything else is fine. Really good controller. Is it worth... And then you got your 20 years in the back here. Is it worth the $90? Arguably. I'd say probably more like $70. So, you know, if you ever can find one for a cheaper price later down the road from a reseller, I would definitely try to do that. So, there's that. And then now, I got my 20th anniversary standard Xbox controller. I swapped out the battery pack and I got my Venom battery installed. And this right here is actually pretty cool. Got a left and right analog stick. They feel really good. They have that nice little indent, you know, for your thumbs just to stay on and don't really slide off or anything. You can't palm roll it like you can with the Duke. That's why they have that concave on the Duke, because you can palm roll and hit those shoulder buttons up here. But other than that, though, it's actually really cool. It reminds me of the, I don't know if you remember the Mad Catz controllers back in the day. Mad Catz for the original Xbox or the PS2. It has that Mad Catz see-through design to it, which I very much like. And it has that nice little just sharp lime green to accent it and give it that 20 anniversary appeal to it. And these are very abrasive right here, these little lime green pads underneath, so your fingers pretty much stay locked onto it. It's not going to slip out of them when you're sweating to death. Bumpers and triggers are what you would expect. Nothing too huge about it, but it's really cool for what it is. Nice sharp black with the face, and you obviously got your series D-pad right here. I really like these D-pads. That was a nice upgrade they did to the controllers from the Xbox One to the Series. And then of course you got your share button. All of your Series controllers have that. So I do believe with the Duke, like I said earlier, I do believe they added the bumpers to the Xbox One, but I'm not sure about that share button. Again, you guys can correct me. So there's that. Happy 20 years to Microsoft and to the Xbox community and fellow gamers. So I'll go over a few other controllers here, just real quick. Why not? I have my Daystrike Camo controller, just standard Xbox Series controller, but it's really nice. It's got that nice sharp Daystrike camo to it. It's got all of the same features as any other Xbox controller. I just really like the print on it and the design on it. So I'll go ahead and put that down up there. And then I've got my Xbox One controller from when I had my Xbox One X. I still have this controller right here. It's just nothing special, obviously. It's got the battery pack put in for rechargeability. But yeah, and you can see the big difference between these controllers and this controller. Obviously, there's no share button. The D-pad is the old school model. You have these bumpers, these triggers, you know. That's all similar, but also very different. So yeah, there's all of that. Let's see if I can find my... Here it is. Surprise, surprise. I actually do have one of these. This is the Series 2 Elite controller that I will be bringing out here. And I will show you that as well. Why not? This is actually one of my favorites. I barely touch it though, mainly just because I'm scared to use it a whole bunch. And you can already tell, even from what time I've used it, it's already getting crispy and dirty on me. But you know, you obviously got your it comes pretty much like this with the D-pad already installed like this. So you know, it's got that Series D-pad to it. And nice sharp black design everywhere. This fully wraps around right here. This abrasive design goes all the way around on the side of the controller and the bottom. I don't have the triggers installed right now because I've been playing older games, arcade games with it. But you can actually install the triggers, which are right in here, down in this box. And you also got the alternative analog sticks. You have the old school D-pad if you like the old school D-pad. I've met a few Xbox gamers that, or PC gamers even, that actually liked the older D-pad versus the newer one. It is what it is. And this little guy in the middle here that's shining all bright, that is my little handy dandy screwdriver. What's really cool about this controller is you, with the magnets, take off analog stick. There is your little screwdriver right there. And what's really cool is you can adjust the height of these analog sticks. Yes, you can actually adjust that. And you can also adjust the sensitivity to this controller, or to at least to the triggers in the back right here with these little slots right here, as you can see. Really sweet controller. I got this for a cheap price. It was originally $180. I got it for $140 through GameStop with points. Go GameStop, go Gamer Pro points. So yeah, I would say definitely awesome. Probably the most expensive controller that I've ever bought, being $140. And yeah, and this is a nice little collection right here of controllers that I've been using on and off. Really happy to show this to everybody, and can't wait to talk to everybody, meet you online. See ya.